Hello, tubers. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. And thank you for watching Cooper's Thai Adventure live stream with myself and Mr. Brooke Schneider. And let's talk crypto.
Oh, again. Wow.
Huge things happening in the last 7 days. And hope you like the new infotainment screen. We got it going around us here and that down here at the bottom. Darlene just designed that this morning. I think it looks super cool and futuristic. I like it.
What a techie she is.
She is. She's really, really good. And anyways, what I'd like to kick it off with is Bitcoin. Okay. So Bitcoin on our last live stream was 95,500. Okay. And this week, hang on, Darlene's just going to pass Brooke his coffee. He's asked for a top up. It was at 95,500 last week. Right now, as we speak, it's sitting at 97,859, and it's gone up and it's gone down. It hit an all-time high on the exchanges of $100,000. It actually did hit it on the exchange, only for a blip, but it actually hit it and then came back down. So we are seriously close to that, going over that 100,000 threshold. So a lot of people are out there, they're thinking, oh, should I sell at 100,000? What should I do? Is it going, above 100,000, or is it going to hit 100,000 and then go back down to 70? Am I going to miss it? What's happening? Well, there's what we call a sell wall. And it's anybody can go on and see it. And it tells you what the breakdown is, how many people are selling at $100,000, how many people are selling, at 110,000, 120,000, and so forth. Well, there's only 2,000 Bitcoin that's on there with a price, sell price of $100,000. Now, the average amount that the ETFs are buying right now is about $30,000 a week, 30,000 Bitcoin a week over the last 3 weeks of this month. That 2,000 sell wall is going to be a little blip. It's going to go super quick and it's going to pass through. Then you've got Michael Saylor from MicroStrategy. Hang on, I got something in my throat there. And he put up these bonds, and he's already sold out. So he could be making a big announcement tonight in America. Well, tonight our time, but this morning in America, that he's about to make another big buy of Bitcoin.
I think he's made it.
I think he's made the buy over the weekend, is my prediction when it went down. So I think that he's going to announce how much he bought. Predictions are going wild, anywhere from 50,000 to 100,000 Bitcoin. They're predicting that he's going to come out and say, hey, we just bought 100,000 Bitcoin, and watch out, MicroStrategy stock's going to take a nice big jump forward again. And I mentioned last week on our live stream that there's the OTC desks are going to be running dry. Well, at this rate, I can't see them surviving between now and the end of the year. I can't. I really can't. At the amount that the ETFs are buying, the amount that Michael Saylor's buying, forget about his pledge for next year for a moment. Forget about the pledge from the, U.S. government that they want to buy, 1 million Bitcoin over the next 5 years. That right there could give us an end of year price anywhere between the $130,000 and $200,000 price range. So with that in mind, folks, do you really want to be selling your Bitcoin at 100,000?
There's some people will.
Some will, for making, life-changing.
Or some will be thinking, hey, this is crazy price. I'm selling. I'm locking in my profit.
Exactly.
Not me.
No. Because I can see two things happening. If in the first 90 days of the next administration, they can get this strategic reserve for Bitcoin, that's going to send the price. I agree with Michael Saylor 100%. I've done the math. He's absolutely right. I agree with Michael Saylor that that's going to Bitcoin price at $500,000. You know, so I think we're at the very early stages of this bull run. And not only for Bitcoin, but damn, have the alts really taken off.
Alts have done well.
Alts have done fantastically well this week. You know, ETH is up. Solana's up now above $250. XRP is up a huge amount. 70% they went up, down 6% this morning. So 65% up so far this month. Doge has gone way up as well. Another one to watch out for. ADA, again, is hovering around the $1. It actually hit $1.05. So fantastic there for ADA. That was another one that spiked up. AVAX up at $40.95 right now. Wow. They're just, the alts have taken off along with Bitcoin. And I think, you know, before we used to have Bitcoin take off and then the alts would take off after Bitcoin had its run, or it would go the other way around. The alts would take off. They have their run. They take their money out, throw it into Bitcoin, and then Bitcoin would have their run. Right now, it looks to me like, you know, they're both pumping at the same time, the alts and Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Both pumping off each other, as well as MicroStrategy.
Yep.
So we're in for new times ahead. So Brooke's got some talking points that he wanted to go over. What you got, Mr. Schneider?
Just some things that happened this week. I would say the biggest one I saw, it was on CNBC. It was an interview done. And this was a mortgage lending company who's refinanced a commercial property in the U.S. You know, the people came to the lender and said, "Hey, we'd like to refinance," and the lender said, "Okay." And here's how they did it. They figured out the amount of the loan. I think it was around $2 million for a multi-family residential building. Like, so who knows? You know, 60 units, I think it was. And they paid off the old mortgage. They gave them some money to renovate, you know, bring improvements, and they gave them some money to buy Bitcoin. The Bitcoin will be held in escrow, meaning that the it's not, the lender didn't get the Bitcoin. The person that wanted the mortgage actually will own the Bitcoin, but it's in escrow, meaning he can't touch it. And it's in escrow until either the loan is paid off or 4 years minimum. So that was interesting. And the lender is doing this because he feels it's a better security for the bank to have this Bitcoin in escrow. So they kind of know where the price is going. And it's kind of a win-win situation when you look at it. Now you can, it is on YouTube. The gentleman's name is Andrew Hohns, Hohns, New Market Capital. And it's only about a 6-minute clip, but it's very easily explained on the CNBC channel in layman's terms how this works.
So he's offering a loan against your Bitcoin to buy a house?
No, it was a multi-family residential apartment building, let's call it. And, you know, lots of these are coming up for renewal, financing, refinancing. And it was at market rates, you know, that was asked in the interview. And, but yeah, go back and watch that, guys. It's very informative. And so why? The reason I see, and the big thing is, this is now the start of using Bitcoin to secure purchases. And the good news is the guy that owns the building, he still owns the Bitcoin at the end of the term. You know, it was a 10-year term mortgage, right? And he's going to be very well off by doing that. So, but anyways, getting back to my point, you're going to see a lot of copycats. Like, this is going to be a fantastic thing to restructure these commercial loans. And then I thought last night, this morning, why wouldn't a homeowner look to do this?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
You know, you're buying a house, you go to the lender, say, "Listen, I'd like to buy this house here. You know, I've got 20 or 30% to put down, or 10 or whatever it is, but I'd like this much of a mortgage because I want to do a bit of repair on the house, you know, need some updating, and I'd like to buy one coin." You know, you can add that to my mortgage. I'll make the payments. I've got the income. And, you know, you can do the same thing. Put it in escrow to protect yourselves. Well, what lender wouldn't want more security?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And, you know, the homeowner, hey, he's got his Bitcoin. So just these are the things, guys, that you're going to see happen coming forward. Why are we talking about this? Because listen, it's going to be in the news like you wouldn't believe in the weeks and months ahead. And people are going to start to what I call FOMO into it. And the first thing they should do is their research and find out why this is happening and what's the big hullabaloo about this Bitcoin. And oh, they're using it to finance this, they're using it for that. And yeah, so anyways, it's going to be relevant. And the more, you know, the good news for you guys watching here, the subscribers, is that you're still getting in early on, you know, this this trend, let's say, and this new technology. So anyways, yeah. So that was the big thing this week.
I think that's fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, it's, you know, it wasn't really, I don't think there was much hullabaloo about it, but boy, when I saw that, I was like, my jaw dropped. I says, holy geez, that's a smart idea. And then you start to say, well, why aren't more guys? Well, they will be. There'll be a lot more doing it. And what bottom line is, more demand for Bitcoin, more security through Bitcoin. And yep. So that's it. I saw that. And the other thing, one other point this week, Coop, was MicroStrategy. A lot of people are looking at that, and there's a lot of hullabaloo. And you mentioned in the opening here, Sailor's going to announce shortly. I think it's a massive buy. I think at like 100,000 Bitcoin.
Yeah, I'm just looking here at what he's posted on X, and he raised close to $10 billion last week from a combination of ATM and bonds.
Yeah. Now keep in mind, guys, he's you know, issuing bonds. So they give him the money, he gives them the bond. And typically on a bond, there's a coupon rate, it's called. It's like, you know, your 3%, 5%, 7%, depends on the, you know, the risk involved in the bond. The higher the risk, the higher the premium, you know, the borrower has to pay. And these bonds are at 0%. People are lending money to MicroStrategy for 0% interest. Well, how do they make money? Well, it's convertible bond, so they can convert it to the stock at their discretion at some point. It's agreed. And they feel that, hey, Bitcoin will be going up because that's what MicroStrategy is a leveraged Bitcoin play. So that's interesting. And it's called the infinite money glitch. Sailor kind of was the first to use this, and he's certainly taken advantage of it. And again, go to YouTube. There's a good explanation in layman's terms. Anthony Pompliano, 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 does a very good explanation of the infinite money glitch, it's called, and it's specifically for MicroStrategy. You know how they do this, how they do their financing. And again, like anything, it's getting copied. Now, more and more people are saying, well, Jesus, this is interesting. So one example is Mara, the miner, is starting to do a similar thing. They're issuing these bonds backed by the Bitcoin at negligible or 0% interest rates, using it to buy Bitcoin. So here now you've got the biggest miner on the planet, Mara. They're not selling their, at least publicly traded miner, they're not selling their Bitcoin. They're hodling everything, and they're borrowing money to buy more Bitcoin.
Well, in a sense, that's like a chocolate factory that makes chocolate, going out and buy chocolate to sell it.
Yeah,
you know, that's the way I look at it. No,
you know,
it doesn't.
However, we'll see. So that's another one there. Of course, I do recommend, guys. Let's have a show of hands who all watched the Invest Answers. Oh, there's Romeo. He did. Yeah. Oh, I think Montana did. Yeah. Invest Answers, you can kind of trust him.
Jamie. Yeah.
Jamie, I've been watching him years. You have been. Totally factual information. It's raw data. He condenses it, explains it, you know, in layman's terms, and he eliminates all the FUD, you know, and all that. So he's a very good resource to use. And then the last point, and this is a minor one, I think you touched on this. you know, when the ETFs were announced, guys, you know, Fidelity was on the bandwagon. BlackRock was the initial instigator. They're the biggest. And then you had about 7 or 8 others, ARK Investments, Kathy Woods, and, you know, a bunch of the other ones. But you know who wasn't there? Vanguard.
No.
Vanguard, like the second biggest behind BlackRock. Nope, we're not touching Bitcoin. We're not even allowing our clients to touch Bitcoin. And well, you talk about having egg on their faces now. They missed out a terrific opportunity for, you know, not only their customers, but themselves to manage and, you know, custody Bitcoin. Well, now they're singing a little different tune.
Yes.
You know, I think once these regulations come into effect, you know, hopefully under the Trump administration, which they will, we are going to allow our customers to get into Bitcoin. Well, you know, $1 late and a day short. You know what I mean? Like, that's my thinking on Vanguard.
Now, I want to touch on that because I saw something funny this week. I think it was yesterday I watched it. It was on Sky News Australia. And they got 3 banks in Australia that refuses to allow their customers to buy Bitcoin.
I think it's in England as well.
I couldn't believe it. No. I was completely dumbfounded. There are banks that will, but these 3 banks in particular said, no, we're not going to allow our customers to buy Bitcoin. You know, so I mean, I'm dumbfounded. Since when do banks become governments? Since when do banks set the rules of what you can and what you can't do with your money? You know, in a legal way. I mean, okay, you know, I'm talking legal here. I'm not talking, you know, buying drugs or something like that, or, you know, investing in black market things. I'm talking Bitcoin, you know, which is legal, recognized, you know, pretty much around the planet. And, you know, you got places like Australia, 3 banks saying, nope, we're not going to allow you to buy it. And Vanguard in America saying, no, we're not going to allow our stockholders, you know, shareholders to buy, our investors. Do you know how many people left Vanguard and went over to places like my platform that I'm on, IBK? Millions.
Yeah.
Millions.
And well, they should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's get on with today's show and see who we got online. And we got some more talking points to go over. But one question that I have for the audience is, I'm seeing these big things happening with Bitcoin, like I mentioned last week, with the new administration going to buy, you know, 1 million Bitcoin over the next 5 years. And also Michael Saylor saying he's going to buy $45 billion worth of Bitcoin, which again is 200,000 a year. So he's going to match the US government over the next 3 to 5 years as well. With that in mind, folks, do you think there's going to be a crypto winner at the end of next year?
Interesting.
Are we going to have a crypto winner, or is this pledge from the US government and Saylor going to keep Bitcoin just going up and up and up, and there's not going to be a crypto winner anymore? And have the ETFs made a major play in this? I'd like to know your thoughts. Please put them in the comments now. And if you're new to the channel and your comments aren't coming up, it's because you have to subscribe. It's absolutely free. It doesn't cost a penny. Hit the subscribe button and then wait 60 seconds. Your comments will pop up and we'll read them live on air for you.
Tim Nichols. Tim Nichols became a YouTube member.
And thank you, Tim. He's got the badge next to his name right over here. And he pays $2 a month for that privilege. And it really helps support the channel. So God bless you, Tim. Thank you very much.
Danny Hall, Danny Vega, yes.
Whatever that is.
Tony Montana, good morning, Cooper and Brooke. Good morning, Tony.
Good morning.
XRP has increased a lot.
It has. It's gone up 65% this month so far. So XRP is still climbing. It's still below its all-time high, which a lot of them are below their all-time high. Cardano being the biggest one that is way below their all-time high.
And will stay there.
And the miners are too. For example, CleanSpark had an all-time high of $24 this year so far. I'm not talking about previous years when they went up to $50 a share back during the last bull market. So a lot of pace to be coming back up.
You know, there's a lot of our subscribers here at Dusset and in the area. And I get constantly asked every week about, hey, Brooke, what do you think about this Doge? Or what do you think about this one? Or X, you know, and And I said, listen, I don't touch them. I focus strictly on Bitcoin, but I do follow the news. They have done well, a lot of these alts.
I know.
I would say, guys, listen, when you can lock in a healthy profit, take it and then throw that into Bitcoin. That's my advice to anybody. A lot of people swear by these alts. They've done, a 5x, 10x, maybe more. And they think, why would I do that? Well, listen, to me, there's none of them that have a utility factor other than Solana does. Possibly Ethereum, but I wouldn't touch that. Solana, I have come around to the fact that, yeah, it's probably a decent altcoin and will be around long term. So, but I don't focus on those. So, the bottom line, if you can take a healthy profit, lock it in and switch it to Bitcoin, that's what I'd be recommending. Tim P, good day, Coop, Brooke, and Darlene. Greetings from snowed-in Edmonton, Alberta. I hope you folks are well.
And we are. Thank you, Tim, for coming on and joining us.
I think Canada's getting snow pretty well everywhere. Even Romeo sent pictures of the snow coming down in his neck of the woods, Southern Ontario.
Do you miss it?
Heavens, no. I tell you guys, once you're here and you absorb this warmth every day, day after day, and then the thing I love about Thailand, the weather doesn't change dramatically. No. It's the same pretty well every day, which is nice. So you get used to it. Now, some people love seasons. Well, that's I don't like a cold winter. You know what I mean? But the fall and spring were okay. But even those could be cold days. Here, it's pretty well routine every day, which is nice.
And you know what I love? All the leaves are green.
Yeah, all the time.
Bitcoin green.
All the time.
Yeah, you never see brown leaves in Thailand.
Yeah, you want to get cold, go to Australia in July. Yeah, that's what I did. Black Ops, morning, Cooper, Brooke, and Darlene. Morning, Big Al.
Good morning, Al. Thank you for coming on and joining us.
Boss Boy, hello, Coop and Brooke. Please teach me about Bitcoin.
That's what we're here for.
Well, again, guys, when I mention these names, it's important. Do your research. Obviously, don't rely. This is not financial advice. This is what I've done or seen during the week and related to you and what I'd recommend. But these names we give you, do your research. They're on YouTube, most of them. When you become familiar with the industry and the product, let's say, you have more faith in it. You will sleep better at night. You'll know why you're investing and what your plan is, and versus just taking somebody's advice and hoping. Hope is not a good financial plan. Okay, but yeah. Anyways, live and learn with Mike. Hi, all of you.
Hello, Mike. Thank you for coming on and joining us, brother.
Rodney. Hello, Darlene, Coop, and Brooke.
Good morning to you, Rodney.
Ken Beck, Bitcoin baby.
Yep, Bitcoin all the way. And I want to give a shout out to several of our subscribers that brought us souvenirs over from their home countries and brought us these Bitcoin coins. So
these are the real McCoy, by the way.
Thank you for Daniel for bringing us the Bitcoin coins.
Daryl, I think, was also
Daryl Finley. So thank you so much. We are keeping these, and those that give them to me, I'm going to be pinning them on the wall there behind me in the future, and I'm just going to have a load of Bitcoin up there.
Now, if we can only sell these, the bar
mementos.
Yeah. Cerebral Aptitude, been here 13 days now, 5 days in the Riviera. Cooper and Brooke undersold Thailand. It's 500% better than I thought. How dare you two short sell it? Loving it, gents. Bought a Honda Click 3 days ago. Honda Clicks are nice scooters, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Cerebral, drop me an email with your line ID, and I'll add you online, and we'll get you to come along to some of the events that we have going on in the channel.
Yep. Look at the Facebook page. It'll be posted on there. And
Thursday, we have a big meetup for those that want to join us for Thanksgiving dinner at Route 66.
Yeah, but you had to reserve that. Yeah.
I think there's still a few left. For the 5 o'clock
check
one.
out the later ones. I know the 12 o'clock, which is the one we're going to, is sold out.
Yeah.
So, you basically have to reserve a seat there. Otherwise, it's closed, to the public. So you give them a call. Great meal, and it's affordable, $699 baht.
Yeah.
And it's got everything, like turkey and the trimmings and the stuffing and the cranberry, and it's going to have the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
Mike, good morning, guys. Jet lag is real. Tomorrow is a week here, but I did just move into the Riviera Ocean Drive. Life is good.
And well done, Mike.
Yeah.
Congratulations, buddy. You made it here along with Cerebral Aptitude. I really want to meet up with you guys. So we'll have to have a swim meet over here at my condo complex at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'll probably arrange to do that tomorrow. I don't think we have any plans tomorrow, do we, Mr. Schneider?
No. Just
so drop us an email, both Mike and also Cerebral, and come on over.
And the next meet and greet is December 24th at Fraser's at 6 p.m.
Yeah.
So, you know, if nothing else, hopefully we'll see everybody there.
Yeah.
Celebrate.
Yeah. Be a good night.
Phil T, good morning, gentlemen. Sitting here in Saskatchewan. That's that autocorrect, I'll bet.
Yeah, Saskatchewan. Thank you, Phil.
Live and learn with Mike. XRP will be hitting $3, so a little double from here. I think it is a little over double. He's thinking.
Yeah, it's $1.36. Quite possible XRP can go to $3. I know a lot of people that are quite excited about XRP right now.
Yes.
It flew past $1 this month, and it's still going strong. So yeah, it's one to watch out for.
Cerebral Aptitude at Mike in the Riviera also, bro.
Yeah,
he's talking. Dean Parkinson, good morning, Dean.
Good morning, Dean. Thank you for coming on and joining us.
Mike, good to know Cerebral. Be good to catch up sometime.
Yeah, we've got a lot of good people on here.
Tim Rowley, good morning. All crypto looking good overall. The trend is our friend, and that trend is up.
And I agree.
Correctamundo.
And I think we're just at the beginning of this bull run.
Yeah,
I really do. And I've gone in heavy on Bitcoin. I've gone in heavy on the miners. And I did that because I believe we're just at the touching phase. And I know in my heart of heart that I can see Bitcoin, 3 to 10x next year.
Yep.
3 to 10x, somewhere between there. I couldn't tell you where between there, but that's my gut feeling. It's going to go 3 to 10x, and I don't plan on selling any of it.
No,
I'm just going to hodl, because I think in 10 years' time, you're going to be looking at Bitcoin that's several $1 million a coin. Wow. By the next halving, by 2030, I can see Bitcoin somewhere around the $2 to $3 million mark.
Next halving be 28.
Yeah, and then the bull run thereafter. So, 29, 30, I can see Bitcoin several $1 million a coin.
Wouldn't that be nice?
It would.
Yeah.
That'd be life-changing events. I mean, you think about it, Brooke. We go back to January 23. Bitcoin was at $12,000 just over a year ago. It was at 12,000. It's now touching, for the first time on Friday, 100,000.
It's like an 8x.
That is, wow.
2 years.
Exactly. In under 2 years. So it just blows my mind at how quickly this has been adopted and how many countries now want to get in on it. And I had a funny thought, and I'm thinking, here we go. We got a new administration coming in the U.S. and new SEC chairman coming in. Gensler's going. Yippee! Gensler's gone. He's put in his resignation, and he'll be leaving on.
You mean 20th. Gary Gensler?
Gary Gensler. That's the guy. He is gone. He's put in his resignation. Thank Christ for that. That guy was completely anti-crypto. The new SEC chair is going to be pro-crypto. With the legislation coming in, with the changes coming in, with the new administration coming in, that's all pro-crypto. I just see fantastic things ahead. And I remember, when you were talking to me, trying to get me to invest in Bitcoin, January last year, Bitcoin was at $12,000. And what would $12,000 buy you last year? Okay, $12,000 would buy you a motorbike, or a secondhand car. Now it's at 100,000. Well, that jump in just under 2 years has made it so one Bitcoin, you can now buy a Lexus. Yeah, you could buy a Cadillac Escalade top of the range Cadillac Escalade for one freaking
or
Bitcoin.
several bikes.
You know, so next year, I think, you know, when the bull run really gets into effect, you could buy a house for one Bitcoin. And you think about it, folks. If this goes to where I think it's going in, and this is not financial advice, this is just two old men talking here on the internet. If it goes to where I think it is, one Bitcoin in 10 years' time can buy you a freaking island.
Wow. Bingo.
Forget about car or house. It'll buy you an island, literally, in 10 years' time. Think about that. You know, and if the Fidelity is right, the CEO of Fidelity is saying by 2035, you know, he's saying Bitcoin can feasibly see it. He can see it at $1 billion a coin.
Like what it is that I would tell the viewership here, it's new technology. It's blockchain technology. And I would hark back to a similar situation, let's say when electricity was invented. Oh, that'll kill you. Forget it. It'll never happen, you know. But tremendous, you know, life-changing opportunities. Also, look at, you know, it used to be horse and buggies. And then, you know, Ford came along and invented the, you know, Model T and assembly line production. So you had to, you know, going from horse and buggy to, again, new technology.
The automobile. Yeah.
Automobile. And again, tremendous opportunities for the people that got in early on those stages. Well, this is similar, guys. This is new technology, this blockchain. And Bitcoin seems, you know, is obviously a big part of it. So it's not too late to get in.
No.
Do your research, find out what you're investing in, watch channels like this, and hopefully it's helpful, and secure your futures, what I would say. Because it's definitely coming. You're going to hear more and more in the weeks and months ahead, guys. Super apt to do that, Mike. Definitely, sir. Yep, they'll get together. More money, internet, computer, ICP.
Yes.
More money, internet, computer. Take a look. Okay.
Yeah.
Joe Ford, morning all. Few dips in the altcoins. Maybe good time to DCA the dips. DCA is always a good avenue if you're, you know, so inclined to the purchase.
Yeah. Hang on, my mouse is sticking. Let me get this fixed. There we go.
Hammerhead, the basis. Did you ever think about using this Bitcoin money to see a dentist? Who's he?
Would I use my Bitcoin money to see a dentist? Well, I'm actually going through a dentist right now, and I'm doing it from the profit I've made in Bitcoin. I have taken profit out from my miners. I'm holding my Bitcoin, though. I'm not getting rid of any of that. I'm taking some profits out from the miners. When they go up, I take a profit. And I've used that to get 10 implants. I've got to go back on the 13th, get all my front teeth removed, and then get more implants put in. And then in March, I'll have my teeth. So I've done that all from Bitcoin.
Right.
From the money I've made in Bitcoin. I bought a new car from Bitcoin, an SUV, Ford Everest, top of the range, 4x4, you know, all the bells and whistles, the top model I bought here in Thailand. And I bought a motorbike. I bought a jet ski. You know, I paid for 2 years rent at our condominium complex, all from Bitcoin profits. So I haven't touched my provincial savings at all. This is all just profits from Bitcoin.
I need some dental work, and I will eventually do it, but I kind of like to see what happens with you first.
And, use me as a guinea pig, yeah.
And lastly, you know, I'd rather keep my investments and see, because I know where they're headed. So, you know, in a year or two, when near the top, then yeah, I'll definitely do some work and do some. Jim Coop, I'm in the Philippines, and the heat is your biggest obstacle. Well,
but you climatize to it, you know, like anything. It takes about 2-3 weeks. Drink plenty of water. Pick your times to go out during the day. You know, if you're in the Philippines or Thailand, weather's pretty much similar all year round. as far as the heat is concerned.
Has he been to Thailand?
Probably
Yeah.
been here.
Hopefully, because I don't think there's a comparison.
Just stay smart. Stay out of the midday sun. If you're going out for lunch, choose somewhere that's got, canopy above it so you can eat in the shade. Got a nice fan there, or better yet, aircon.
You're right. Yeah. Don Delana, good morning, Mr. Bitcoin and Cooper. Mr. Montana XRP is over 200% up in the last 18 days. Wowzer, there you go.
Wow.
But XRP's little brother, XML, up over 500% in the last 18 days. Wow, thanks to Trump. Donnie's a true altcoin man.
He loves his altcoin.
Yeah.
I need to have him on the show so he can talk more
should.
about
it.
He's a lot more educated about altcoins than either you or I.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. W, hi from Queens, New York. Trump is set to meet with the Coinbase CEO tomorrow.
Yes.
Brian Armstrong, his name is. Coinbase put $100 million into this year's elections. Crypto friendly. They were back in the candidates
that were crypto friendly.
Crypto friendly. Yep.
And I think that made the biggest decision in this year's election. When you think about it, there's more people investing in crypto in the States than there are dog owners.
Correct.
And I was praying for the Democrats to come out and say, yes, we support crypto. I was praying for them to go to the crypto meeting and making the same pledge or a better pledge than Trump. I was like, come on, please. And they didn't do it. And I think that is one of the things.
One of the many
things that caused the Democrats the election. I know that there's a lot of people on TV out there saying, it's because men are against women or the racism or all that. I think it was crypto. Crypto was the hugest deciding factor out there, because I know a lot of people that are Democrats, and they said to me, in confidence, I'm not going to put their names out, that, hey, for the first time ever, I voted Republican, and it was only because of Bitcoin. That was the only reason I voted.
Yeah.
And I can understand that. I really wish, Democrats would have got on board with that.
Well, believe it or not, a lot of House of Representative Democrats are pro crypto. So, which is a good sign. So you got, the president crypto friendly, the majority of the Senate crypto friendly, and the majority of the House crypto friendly. So you'll see, smart legislation get passed regarding crypto. And then you'll have Vanguard jump on the bandwagon and say, okay, our customers, you now can invest. Yeah. I got very little use for Vanguard. Dave Geiser, good morning from Wombat and Kiwi. I'm a newbie. How do I get started? Yeah, Davey's been a regular here on the meet and greets in the channel.
So, Dave, come over for a swim meet. Brooke and I will be very happy to explain it to you and how you can get involved into the crypto market, whether you want to get into the actual coins or you want to get into the ETFs and buy shares of a coin. We can talk to you about that. No problem, Dave. And we're going to be out at the pool at 2:00 tomorrow.
Okay.
2:00 tomorrow afternoon. We'll make sure both Brooke and I are there.
In a nutshell, there's
come join us.
Platforms in every country, including Thailand, where you can actually, download, say, an app on your phone or tablet, open an account. Bitcub would be one. eToro, I believe, is another. There's several. You just Google it and you'll see all the ones, excuse me, that are available in Thailand. And then you can simply fund it and then purchase on the platforms. So that's how you could do it. You could self-custody, which is maybe complicated for a lot of us that aren't techies, or just simply have the platform hold the coins. And if you have access to, U.S. trading, Dow and NASDAQ and that, you can buy the shares through your trading account. And, Bitcoin proxies such as MicroStrategy or the Bitcoin miners, to be upfront, I do own MicroStrategy as well as 3 miners, Mara, Riot, and CleanSpark. And the reason I do that is I sell calls against my stock to generate a monthly income. And been doing that for a few years, works out fine. And, so that's ways you can do it. And the last point is, I had this, forgot to mention it. There is leverage plays on these stocks. And the big one that a lot of people use is MicroStrategy.
Yes.
And what I mean by leverage plays, first off, in my opinion, they are leveraged just owning the shares. You know, so as Bitcoin does, strategy should even do better. Could obviously be the opposite should it drop. But they have like what's called a 2x, 3x. So, you know, even those can be leveraged up 2 or 3 times, as well as down. So they've got like short. If you wanted to short the stock, in other words, sell it and buy it later cheaper, they have 2x and 3x on those. So there's lots of opportunities to, you know, invest in the market depending on the direction you think it's going.
Yeah. And I have a shout out to give from last week's live stream from Reich One, who bought us 3 coffees. And he says, hey, hello, CBD. I'm sorry I missed the live video this morning. I'm in Korea now until the end of the month and arriving back to Daytona Beach, Florida on the end of this month. Really enjoyed meeting all of you at the last 2 social gatherings. I'll be back in Pattaya in early March timeframe and looking forward to see you folks at that time. Take care and see you next year. Thank you so much, Ron, for that, Reich One. Really appreciate it. And thank you for watching the replay. We really do appreciate it. And the coffee really helps. So thank you, Ron, very much appreciate it. And there you go. I read your comment out live on air.
Had a good time with Ron last couple of meetups.
I did.
Yeah, he's an interesting fellow. He's in Florida where I used to winter for 20 years. So we had that to yak about. And then he has his family, like his wife loves Korea. And so he goes there, but he says, I don't know, I think he likes Thailand a little better. You know what I mean? So they'll work that out, I'm sure. But yeah, good guy. Fuck the snow. We'll pump Trump opening DeFi on it, and he loves his NFTs on it. Yes. Fuck the snow. There's a good handle. ETH. ETH. Oh, ETH. Yeah. Excuse me. Cardano Charles Hoskinson is teasing he has a deal with Elon Musk and SpaceX.
That'd be great if he does.
Don't know anything about that.
I'll have to look into that. Yeah.
Good morning, Mr. Coop, Mr. Snyder, Cerebral, and Mike. I'm right behind you. T-minus 57 days, but who's counting?
Okay. Poor dog will be out here too. We're going to have a fantastic meet and greet on December 24th. A lot of new subscribers are out here. The last meet and greet, I think we had like over 30 new subscribers that have just come out here to retire. Cerebral Aptitude, you know, he's one that's been asking me a lot of questions over the last year, trying to sell his house in the US, come out over here, enjoy the good life in Thailand. And now he's here. He's been here about a week and he's saying I undersold it. He's loving it. 500% better than what I said it was.
Mark Schaefer, hello, Cooper, Brooke, and Darlene. Cooper, you said you use IBK.
Yes.
Is that, Interactive Brokers. Yes.
Yes.
I use them. And did you say you have an ETF with Fidelity?
Yes.
Correct? I have a HSA account I could transfer to Fidelity. HSA, what's that? I wonder.
I'm not sure what an HSA is. That's a new one on me. But that would be a very smart move there, Mark. With IBK, you're making interest on your money that you just sit there waiting for the dips in the market to buy in. So you're constantly making money. And when it does go down to the price that you're thinking it might go down to, great opportunity to buy. And then you're making even more money. So your money's constantly growing, even if you're just leaving it there and waiting for, the right opportunity to get in. So I swear blind by IBK, and I've made 2 transfers, Mark, from IBK to my Bangkok bank here in Pattaya, and it was there within an hour, both times.
Good.
So I took out profits to pay for the next year twice. Okay, so I've just taken money out on Thursday night. I woke up Friday morning, there it is in my bank. I'm like, fantastic. I did it just before I went to bed. I sold some of my miners. The miners were up nicely, 15%. I'll take some of that profit. Thank you very much. And that pays for my whole next year here in Thailand.
IBK is a big, and they're in, I think, 169 countries.
Yeah,
so they're well run. The owner, CEO, is on CNBC quite often. Petterfly, I think his name is, nice guy and smart guy. And they actually, as Coop said, they pay you to have your money sitting with them way more than anybody else. You know, TD, Waterhouse. I mean, their rates are fantastic. So that's why they do so well. And their cost of buying and trading is very inexpensive. Like they're one of the market leaders for low cost.
Yeah. And a shout out goes to Donald Dolonek, who bought us 3 coffees and says, from my XRP, Solano, XML, and Doge profits. Thank you, Don. God bless you, brother.
Don. He loves the pool here,
and he loves his alts.
Oh, so, he does.
Don, I need to get you on the show, brother.
I'll be walking to the gym and Donnie will holler, "Hey, there's Mr. Bitcoin," and I holler back, "Yeah, there's Mr. Altcoin." So yeah, we have fun. Kibitzing. Lost from Canada. Bitcoin could hit 1 million late 2025 if certain countries decide to jump in, and trust me, they will.
And that's what I'm hearing. I watch all the crypto news that I can. I like to, be up to date with everything that's going on in crypto. So do I watch other YouTube channels about Thailand or anything else? No, I don't. I'm spending all my free time watching about crypto. And I'm watching not just about what's going on in America. I'm watching about what's going on in Europe, what's going on in Australia, what's going on in Canada, all around the world, what's going on with crypto. And a lot of countries are now coming out and publicly saying, if the US does a strategic reserve in Bitcoin, we're going to have to follow suit. We have to jump on the bandwagon, because if we don't jump on the bandwagon, then we're going to lose out.
Yeah.
So, that's
right the country's FOMO to get into it.
If that does happen, we can go from $500,000 to $1 million a coin by the end of next year.
And that's why we're good and early.
Yeah,
we're still good and early. All the subscribers watching us, don't worry, you're getting in early stages. Gary Hart, good morning, Coop, Darlene, and Brooke.
Good morning, Jerry. Thank you for coming on and joining us, brother.
W Secrets to Success. Hello, gents. Have you seen Gladiator 2 yet?
Yes.
Good movie, but one was better storyline to me.
The first one was a better storyline, but I still enjoyed the second one.
Second one was interesting. Yeah,
it was. Yeah, it was a good movie from start to end. Somebody dies in it that I didn't want to die. I felt a bit sad at the end. This person died on a chariot in the middle of the ring. You guys know who I'm talking about if you've seen it. But if you don't, I'm not going to give you a spoiler alert and tell you who it was.
Anyways,
but it was a very, very good movie.
Yep,
I enjoyed it.
Lost from Canada. If ETH hits 10K, I will buy a place there or in Wahin.
10K.
There you go. So we got some plans already.
Yeah. He's sitting around 3,300. Possible it could do a 3x from here.
Yeah, ETH has its followers, and that's only like a 4x, I think, from current price.
3,300.
Is it? So 3x in?
Yeah, just under 3x.
Yep. Now I can see that happening easily. But then I would tell you, while it's doing a 3x, Bitcoin's maybe doing a 5 to 10x. So
yes.
Even Solana is probably going to do a 5 to 10x compared to ETH. So anyways, do your research. W Secrets to Success. We all wish we would have listened to old Brooke's advice a year ago about Bitcoin. God damn it.
But you know what,
like my wife.
It's not too late. I mean, I know you're thinking, oh my God, Bitcoin's almost at $1,000 a coin. I can't afford that. Well, you don't have to afford that. You could buy Satoshis. You can get, sats and just stack your sats. You could buy $1 of Satoshis. You could buy $10, $100, $1,000, whatever you're comfortable with, and just keep building those sats. And eventually, you'll have a nice stockpile, and you'll be thanking us. So that is our opinion. Again, this is not financial advice. This is just our opinion of where we think Bitcoin is going.
Yeah, it's hindsight. And I wish I had listened, but listen now.
Yeah, it's not too late.
No,
it's still not too late there, W.
You might think that a year from now, when we're advising you to buy Bitcoin at whatever,
$1 million
thousands of dollars
or
or
a million.
200, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Geez, I wish I had listened. But that's twice you said that. So,
Yeah.
you don't want to have that. You don't want to have to say that a third time.
Yeah.
John P., very exciting time right now. Can't wait to see how Elon and Vivek start slashing the federal government waste. Won't that be great?
Well, there's a lot of overspending in the U.S. government.
Wait.
One movie that rings out W that I'm sure you probably seen is Independence Day.
Yep.
Remember the movie Independence Day? Well, remember the old guy in the movie? They go to Area 51, and he's sitting there with he's on the airplane going to Area 51 with the president, and he's saying, well, where did they get the funding for this? He said, well, you don't think they spent $250,000 on a toilet seat, do you? $90,000 on a hammer, come on, well, a lot of that is actually true, that you think about it. The defense budget just came in. All right. And they have to be audited, every year for the amount of money that the U.S. defense gets. And for like umpteen years in a row now, they've never been able to account for every dollar they've got.
Oh, and I mean, it's like
They
40% they can't account
exactly
for. Like ridiculous amount. Not 1 or 2% or 5. It's like 40. That's damn near half the budget. They have no idea where it went.
Exactly. They can't explain it. I have no idea where the money's gone, Mr. President.
That's the bullshit.
Well, hang on. We're giving you, X amount per year, billions, $1 trillion, whatever the defense budget is. I'm not up to date with it. And they can't explain 40% of it.
Right.
Well, something's wrong there. And, there's money going missing. Think about if the IRS did an audit on you for my American subscribers, you'd have to account for every frickin' penny. And if you can't account for it, you get penalized by the IRS. Well, who's penalizing the Defense Department? Well, I'll tell you who it is. It's Elon Musk and Vivek, because they're going to go through and balance the books and cut a lot of the overspending that's going on right now in the U.S.
I need Darlene to come out here. I've lost my screen.
Hang on 1 second. What have you done, Mr. Schneider?
Well, I'm
should be down. Hang on. Should be there.
Oh, there it is. Which one was that?
Okay, just leave it. I got you there.
Okay,
just put your camera back. There you go. So yeah, I can see some big things coming ahead there.
Same in Canada, by the way. They got a lot of waste. Stu Lovell, XRP, XLM, XDC, HBAR, all part of the new financial banking system. It all starts in 2025.
And that's going to be fantastic. When banks are able to legally buy and hold Bitcoin for you and lend against it, wow, watch out. I was starting to say that I had sort of like a epiphany as such, that I was thinking to myself, what if some smart man out there, like Elon Musk is saying, you know what, all these guys that are big into cryptocurrency, this billion people on the planet. We got 8 billion people on the planet now. It's gone up from 6 billion. I remember 20 years ago, we're now at 8 billion. Oh, Jesus. What if we make them all millionaires? Think about it. Think of these people like, the multi-millionaires in the U.S. that are living, in Miami, and got a house right there on the coast. And they're garbage man who bought 2-3 Bitcoin, back when Bitcoin was $1,000, bought 2-3 Bitcoin or maybe 10 Bitcoin or whatever, and he's been their garbage man for like 10 years. And all of a sudden he buys the mansion next door to him. What are they going to be like? Oh my God, the garbage man is our neighbor. What a disgrace. Oh my God, we need to move out the neighborhood. The garbage man is our neighbor and he has more money than us, So yeah, I think crypto is just taking off. And wouldn't it be fantastic, if this time in, 3 years, 3 to 5 years time, 2030, we're here on a live stream and every one of us is a millionaire.
Wow.
Wouldn't that be great?
There'll be many stories coming out, I'm sure.
It would be comparing who's got the best jet
Stewie's
ski and
into
who's
his
got
old-
the biggest yacht
Wow.
and the biggest house.
Stewie's into his altcoins. Good for you, Stewie.
Yeah.
Gold and silver will also soar. They should do okay, but I think there's a faster horse in the race.
Yeah.
Called Bitcoin. So, John P., I respectfully disagree. The main issues in the election were inflation, the border, and crime. Those were big. All three of them were big.
I still think the crypto people swung it.
Well, they were
That is
part
my
of the
opinion.
swing. I mean, when they came out and the Democrats didn't support it, like Trump, that was a winner, man. He got a lot of crypto votes. But I'll tell you, I think Johnny's right. That inflation, people, the average person voting in the U.S., they looked like 4 years before when Biden got in, and 4 years later when they're got to vote again. Geez, I'm no better off. Look at the prices of everything. But housing's gone up, rental's gone up, food's gone up.
And
insurance.
I would disagree with that. And I will tell you for why. Because anybody could say, well, you better off 4 years ago. Well, of course you were. It doesn't matter whether it was Democrats or Republicans that were in, because prices were cheaper. Inflation goes up by 12 to 14% every year, Brooke. It doesn't matter. That was an easy argument for Trump to make. I'm sorry.
Listen, not everybody's got a whack of assets that are inflating up.
Yeah.
The average guy in the States, he's got enough. He lives paycheck to paycheck. His wages didn't go up.
You wait till the end of the administration. You wait till the end of Trump's administration. Prices are going to be up. Yeah. And whoever's running next time on the Democrat side can say, here you go. Were you better off 4 years ago? And they could all say, yes, we were. Because I don't think Trump's going to drop the prices down 50% for a loaf of bread or eggs or gasoline in his administration. I can't see it happening, bro.
You know, the biggest part of inflation, energy. Okay,
electricity.
Energy. Could be oil, gas. I mean, trucks got to run on diesel, and cars got to run on gas and electricity. You know, how's it generated? Well, guess what? Trump is pro energy. Like drill, baby, drill. So I can see that's going to temper your inflation. Johnny mentions the border. That was a huge issue, I think, for a lot of people. I mean, there was towns in Minnesota, I think, that were, gangs from Venezuela were taking over apartment buildings, for God's sakes. And, so the border and then crime, I think in California, you could walk into a store, steal under $950, and you wouldn't even get charged. It wasn't worth it. Like, how stupid is, some of these.
So it's obvious you were pro-Republican and I was pro-Democrat. It's good to agree to disagree. We'll just leave it at that.
You mean you were oh, God.
Yes.
That's it. Mike, sounds good, Coop. Swimming at your pool tomorrow. Is there a special password or handshake to get in? Just piggyback on somebody walking through.
Yeah. Just send me an email, Mike, with your line ID and let me know when you're at reception and I can let you through on the security.
Yeah, I had a nice interaction. Martin and his son came over and they had messaged and met us at the swim. He's from Denmark. Great couple. Son was 19. First time, I think, in Thailand. Had his eyes open. And so that was interesting meeting them. So if you're watching, guys, that was fun. They were heading back this week, I think. So
yeah. So I think what we're just gonna do is just stay out of politics. So this is about crypto. It's not about Democrats or Republicans. This is about crypto and what we see happening in the future. I'm not going to talk about Democrats. You don't talk about Republicans. We'll just keep it strictly crypto.
That's a fact, Jack. Rob Mar 40, GM gents, good morning. I bought into FBTC back in January at 36 per share in my Roth IRA. Well done.
Fantastic.
I'm loving it now for taking the plunge. Well done, Robbie.
Yeah.
Yep. Hang on to it, Rob. Don't let her slide out of your hands.
And FBTC is my favorite.
That's your favorite, yeah.
Fidelity. Why do I harp on about Fidelity? Well, two reasons. 90% of the stock market is gone into Coinbase, holding the actual coins. I think that's putting too much risk in one company. Coinbase is notorious for crashing when Bitcoin makes a big leap. It crashes, the system goes down.
I can't handle the volume. It's too big.
So what happens? So instead of the price jumping up $10,000, it drops down $5,000. because you just have the sellers in there and nobody can buy them and buy the dip. And you know, I didn't want that. I wanted I like the idea of Fidelity holding my Bitcoin for me. They're the only ones that do self-custody. So when I buy a Bitcoin or shares in a Bitcoin or parts of a Bitcoin, I know that they're being held by Fidelity, who is FDIC insured, and I trust it. I don't trust Coinbase.
Oh, well,
I'm sorry.
you can trust Coinbase. Don't worry, guys.
I mean, what I mean by not trusting Coinbase is, you know, the amount of crashes that they have. They said last year,
yeah,
that they fixed the problem and this wouldn't happen again. It's happened almost a dozen times this year, Brooke. Almost a dozen times.
Well, it's because of the volume.
Mm.
I mean, they get swamped. There's so much interest, and you know,
which is why I
they
like
have
the
to build
ETFs.
out the flat. Yeah.
That's why that's my favorite way to go. Is because on the ETFs, it doesn't matter if Coinbase crashes or not. I can still buy the dip on the ETF. And I know Coinbase is going to, I know Fidelity is going to take that when I'm buying the Satoshis and put them into my bag.
Yeah. Well, you're buying through IBK.
Yes.
So they're not crashing.
So I got double protection in a sense with
Coinbase
BTC
is more
and IBK.
Self-custodying your coins.
Yeah.
Live and learn with Mike. 38 more days. I will arrive in Thailand. I'm so excited. I want to meet up with both of you and jump up and down.
Looking forward to it, Mike.
Yeah, we'll look forward to seeing you, Mike. White line. Not your keys, not your coins. If you're dealing with significant amounts, what guarantee do you have? A lot of people, White line, I know what you're saying, and he's right, guys. If you don't have the keys and your coins in your cold wallet, you know, they have a saying, it's not your keys, not your coins. So if these other platforms like Coinbase or you know, even Fidelity and IBK, but the risk of not having that is so minimal. I wouldn't. I mean, if there's a problem with BlackRock, there's a problem with the world. Okay, so yeah, I wouldn't worry about that. And the reason people do that, White Lime, and that the ETFs are so popular, most of us aren't techies where we're going to want to get involved in self-custodying our coins. Lose the hardware, lose your keys, gone day, you're done, and it's happened many times. James and Invest Answers, you know, they say there's 21 million coins, 19 million now mined. Probably, James, and I tend to agree with him. 4 million of those are
4 to 5 million,
never to be seen again. So your supply isn't going to be 21 or 19 even currently. It's probably around 14 or 15 because a whack have been lost already.
Yeah.
So the benefit of the ETFs is you do not have to worry about self-custody and possibly losing your hardware wallet or your keys. So it's very simple to run.
Yeah.
Live and learn with Mike. What crypto do you both own?
I'm both big into Bitcoin and the miners,
which is Bitcoin proxies. So I would say, do I own cold wallets? No. I know many subscribers do.
Yeah.
Do I own the ETFs like Coop? No. But I do own a whack of Bitcoin proxies, I call it, which means are a form of Bitcoin. Mainly my biggest holding is MicroStrategy. And as well as I'm pretty heavy into all the three miners I mentioned prior, Mara, Riot, and CleanSpark. And I've been in them quite a while. And again, for me, the reason I do it is I'm able to sell options. I generate premium, you know, which I keep regardless of what the price is. And I use that to live and obviously fund other purchases. So I've been doing that for a few years. It works out fine. So that's the benefit of, say, the proxies that I like. And lastly, guys, if you do check out the premiums now on these proxies are wicked. I mean, it's fantastic returns. So and where you can check this, Yahoo Finance will have option pricing. I use what's called bar chart, barchart.com, and they have the free platform, by the way, so you can get all your option prices on that. So yeah, do some research.
Yeah.
Mark Schaefer, I used to trade covered calls and leaps. Okay, similar to what I'm doing. Years ago, IBK, International Brokers. Now my money is sitting there in a Roth IRA. HSA is a health savings account. Okay, there you go. I've been working now after retirement. It is just sitting there. Oh, yeah.
So you're earning money on it with IBK.
Yeah, yeah, but I still think, guys, if you're only earning 4 or 5% on idle money, your purchasing power it's like a melting ice cube. You're getting less and less, to buy with as time goes on. So definitely you want to stick it into some sort of asset while your fiat money is depreciating, and obviously Bitcoin is the one. Philip Hunt, good morning from Sydney, Australia. Counting down till April. Here we go.
And hello, Philip. Thank you for coming on and joining us from Sydney. Much appreciated.
Daryl Finley. There's Daryl. Yes. Hello, Daryl.
We got our Bitcoin. Told you we would.
Some of my Fidelity Bitcoin ETF is in my Fidelity Roth account, and some is in my rollover IRA. If I take profits in a year or so, which account should I sell some shares? Whoa,
that's a damn good question.
That's more of an accounting question. I think, like, I'm Canadian, so I'm not familiar with the IRAs, but other than what I've read a little bit, I think one of them's taxable, maybe, and one's not. Maybe they're both one way or the other. So definitely on that, Daryl. This is where I would say you want to seek professional financial advice, meaning someone who's familiar with the tax laws of the IRAs. And even more importantly, familiar with Bitcoin or crypto, let's say, because he's the one to advise. And my God, when you want to seek financial advice, go with the best. That's my view.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think if the U.S., wants to be the number one crypto country in the world, the one way they can do it, no tax on crypto. That would be fantastic.
Yeah.
Whether it comes in or not is a different thing, but that's my hope for the future.
Yeah.
No taxing crypto. I'd love to see it come in.
Not sure that'll happen. Stu Lovell, John P., it's a double-edged sword. It's great to save money. However, thousands will be unemployed. You do have that issue. He's talking here about the DOGE Department of Government Efficiency.
Yes.
And Vivek and Elon are going and slash the waste. There will be jobs terminated.
There will be
layoffs and cancellations and that. But as Elon said, he's got some good videos. Those people, they weren't productive for the general well-being of the country. Why? They were wasting money. They weren't needed. Okay. And when you're not needed in something, the worst thing to do is stay there. Go do something productive for yourself and obviously your country. And that's where they will. Now, they might have to train for a new career. They might have to.
But then I think they're going to get a heck of a severance package, sort of like when Elon took over Twitter, now known as X. He got rid of like 80% of the staff that worked there, and they all got a very good severance package.
Well,
I was watching them on Twitter, and they were all saying, we got a fantastic severance package, and that's more than enough for us to get into another career field.
Yeah, well, you have to do it.
We all good, babe? Thank you for that. Now, when I re-enter the studio, I'm on the opposite side of Brooke.
Yeah.
So it looks like I'm looking the other way when you're looking at me.
Yeah, that's right.
Can we fix that, babe? Sorry for the technical issue.
Darlena. How many likes?
There we go. We're good.
Hit that like and subscribe. Make Darlene smile.
Yeah, so we stopped with Stu Lovell. Let's go back in the comments and see if I can find out where we were.
Thousands unemployed. Vandy Dandy, a guy in England mistakenly threw away a device with Bitcoin on it years ago. It would now be worth a few $100 million. Yep, no doubt. Was that the guy with the big dump? I mean, he had his hard drive had the Bitcoin and it was in the dump, in the local dump, and they weren't going to let them mine for it, or
Okay, sorry, we left from up here. Let me go back to where we were. Yeah, so I'm back to where we are now, babe. I'm good.
There's Daryl again. Cooper, when you took profits for purchase of SUV and stuff, were those profits flagged as income for tax purposes?
No, they weren't.
Okay.
They weren't. They weren't flagged as income from tax purposes because Thailand's given you till the end of this year to transfer any money you've earned in the previous year, which I did. I earned that money in the previous year. I just took the profits out, earlier this year. And no, I didn't have to pay any taxes in Thailand for moving that money over here.
No. And again, this was done, Daryl, in the 2024 year.
Mm-hmm.
So that tax hasn't actually been filed yet. So we'll have to stay on top of that and see.
Yeah.
But it won't be Thailand's tax. That's for darn sure.
Yeah.
811 The Beast, XRPL, 100% up.
Yep. That's good.
W Secrets to Success. Cooper, that money isn't going missing from the feds. It's going straight to the national security agencies, Department of Defense.
Well, they're spending it. Well, they can't account for it, W. I don't know why they can't account for it. And this is going on 10 plus years. They haven't been able to account for it. And maybe it's for the UAP retrieval program that's going on about that we've heard so much about in Congress lately. I have no idea where this money is going, but there's secret government agents out there.
That's what I think he's referring to.
It's going into them that a lot of the senators are not aware of.
Right.
On both sides of the house. So I think this is something that needs to be investigated. I think that we're a mature race now. We all know these tic tacs that are floating about aren't man-made. And it's about time that they just came out and say, okay, yeah, all these things have been going around for years, and we're not the only species on the planet. Maybe they lived underwater for the last 5,000 years. Who knows? Maybe they're
talking about aliens.
No, I'm not talking about aliens.
Are you an alien?
Yes, in Thailand, I am an alien.
Yeah.
But no, who knows where this technology is coming from? And is it little green men? I don't know. Is it people from Atlantis that have been living under the water for the last 5,000 years? Who knows? Nobody knows. But I think the American military departments are hiding something from the people, and I think it needs to come out. I think now is the time.
Well, I can tell you
the information.
When the robots take over, I can tell you they're going to be using Bitcoin.
And I really want to know who the heck killed Kennedy.
Oh, wow.
Because I don't think it was Lee Harvey Oswald. I think he was a patsy. I want the truth to come out.
My heavens. Okay, Stu Lovell, 811, thumbs up. 811 The Beast. Cut U.S. defense budget and give each family $1 million.
Wouldn't that
be nice? I don't think that's going to happen. Not true, says 811.
Yeah.
Yep. Drilled more under B.
Under Bitcoin. Yep.
Yeah. Wanda, John, I agree with you. Elon helped Trump win. Well, yeah.
Well, we're going to try to stay away from politics.
Vandy Dandy. All my Bitcoin is on PayPal. Never had any issues. It's also insured. Yeah, PayPal.
PayPal's good. It's been going for a long time.
It has been, but okay. Yeah. Not your keys.
And we even have ATMs here in Bangkok. I've seen them, Bitcoin ATMs that you can put, fiat into, your bot coins, your bot notes.
Yeah, and the spreads will be horrendous.
And buy Bitcoin, crypto machines.
Live and learn with Mike. What companies would you recommend to buy Bitcoin from? Please share 2 of the best ones.
To buy, ETFs are the best way to go, in my opinion. But I do understand the arguments from both sides. Those that like to have actually hold the coin in their own cold wallet, and those that like the ETFs. I chose the ETFs for one main reason, Mike, is I struggle to remember my passwords. Now I've got like 10 different accounts, and I can't remember the password for each of them. I got a YouTube account. I've got 3 email accounts, and I can't remember the password, and the thing that would get me is Microsoft would send me an email every 6 months or so and say I have to update my password and change it. And then I can't fucking remember that either. Excuse my French. Sorry for that, guys. And so how the heck am I going to remember, a 10-word phrase or 15-word phrase? I'd be terrified I would lose my Bitcoin. Like this one guy that has been on the news. He threw his old computer away and it's sitting in a dump somewhere, and it's got like over $100 million on it, on the hard drive of Bitcoin that he'll never be able to retrieve.
Ooh, that'd be tough.
That would kill me.
I would say, Mike, what companies? I think it depends where you live. If you're still, let's say, in the West, Canada or the States, get your apps set up there. And for example, Coinbase would be one of those two to buy Bitcoin on. You could do it through, as Coop mentioned, a proxy, meaning the ETFs. They actually buy the Bitcoin and it tracks perfectly the Bitcoin price. You can do that through the like IBKR or Schwab, any of these companies that you can invest in Canada. I use TD Bank. TD Waterhouse is their investment arm. So depending on the country you're in. Now, if you're in Thailand and you haven't done this in the West, then you'll have to do it through a brokerage that's in Thailand, and they could be in other countries, and IBK is one of them. So that would be another the second example, say. But that's how you could do it and get your Bitcoin through them. Stu Level, secure your crypto cold wallet ASAP. So in other words, he's saying, okay, take the chance, do your hardware, put your coins on your hardware. You can take it with you anywhere you go. You have to remember your keys. Don't lose
phrase,
it. Yeah. Do not leave your stuff on an exchange. Not a good idea.
Well, there's pros and cons on both sides. For example, Bitcoin trades 24 hours a day. The stock market doesn't. So that's a major plus reason to do like Stu says, because if you got a major dip and then it goes back up before the stock market opens, you miss that opportunity to buy in. So maybe when this if they're going to make new regulation, I would like them to have the ETFs for crypto trade 24 hours as well. That would be something that would be a major plus for me going forward if the new SEC commissioner decides to go that way.
I think I would say it's split about half and half here. I would say half the people that are into crypto do cold wallet it, and the other half are happy with the exchanges.
The ETFs.
I'm happy with the exchanges, the ETFs, mainly because my cold wallet, it's simply not generating me any income other than price rising. Where I like to make a bit of premium income while I'm waiting.
By selling calls. And you can't do that. So they both got their pluses there, Stu.
Dandy, a guy in England mistake. Yeah, we already hit that one. He'll be regretting that.
And now it's worth several $100 million. Exactly.
Don Delanic, you are never too young to trade. I helped my 15-year-old grandson set up in 3 minutes and has crypto in his account. He will be a millionaire before he's 18. Well done, Don. The exchange is in St. Vincent. Okay, so Donnie would be a good guy to get on here.
I'd love to have Donnie on the channel. Donnie, message me and let me know if you'd like to come on for a live stream next Monday. I'd love to have you on here. He's very knowledgeable.
Luke Salzman, 77. Monero is the only profitable coin with true utility. I don't know about that. It's got privacy like none other. Do you all agree? And doesn't Monero seem to be the only one that will have value to people as they continue to learn? Well, definitely. I think Bitcoin will. Solana will.
I don't know.
Ethereum will be around. I haven't, not familiar with this Monero.
No, that's something I don't know a lot about. But thank you for coming on and joining us from
Luke.
Luke, much appreciated.
Have you been to Thailand, Luke? Come on over. You'll be impressed. 811 the Beast. This is a Bitcoin top signal. 2 old beans on YouTube talking crypto. Buy the dip, DCA into Bitcoin. Correct.
Yes, I agree. Buy the dip and DCA. So, I say to people that if you can afford, to put, anywhere from 2 to 10%, a month from your pension into Bitcoin and still live here in Thailand very, very comfortably. You know, and you're just buying in every paycheck that goes into the bank, you know, 2 to 10%. Just keep buying in and just watch that bag grow. Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Big Stir, there he is. Hi, guys. What do you think about using PayPal to hold some of your Bitcoin? Well, Cooper likes it.
I think it's a good way of doing it.
I think a lot of people do use PayPal.
Yeah, it's trusted.
Yeah,
been for a long time.
Bandy Dandy, whenever you sell crypto or crypto ETFs, the exchange or brokerage send a 1099 to the IRS.
Yeah, they do.
I wouldn't doubt that.
They do.
Depends if you're based.
It depends on the amount, though.
Yeah.
If it's more than $600, then yes, they do.
So I'm Canadian resident there, file my taxes. The IRS wouldn't get any of that information on me. You know, so depends where you're situated and where you file, I think, Mandy. I worked at the IRS. There you go. And there is a crypto indicator on every account. A-O means that you do not have a record of you owning crypto. A 1 means they have a record of you owning crypto. So there you go. Yeah.
Thanks for the feedback there.
That. Rob Meyer 40, the beauty of holding Bitcoin in a Roth IRA is all earnings and withdrawals are tax-free when reaching age 59 and a half. Oh, that's good to know. No required RMDs and tax-free transfer upon death to beneficiaries. That's actually pretty good.
That's the great thing of having a Roth IRA.
Yeah.
Tax-free.
Canada, we have tax-free savings accounts, so that's similar. That can, you know, it grows free in there, comes out free, and you get a limit each year you can add to it, which is kind of nice. Then we have retirement income funds, or RRSPs call it, and you get a tax deduction when you contribute, and it grows free, but then you pay tax when you take it out.
Yeah.
So that's that. And then obviously there's just trading accounts, which,
I think the tax on crypto here in Thailand is 10%, but they've announced they want to be a crypto hub and make it 0. So when that goes in, I will be notifying IBK. I'm a resident of Thailand. I plan on getting either a green card or Thai citizenship in the future.
Wow.
And then I will be able to transfer my earnings straight out and into Thailand and claim tax-free on it.
Isn't that interesting? I'll monitor that. Check in. Good evening. I just got here. Did I miss anything on calls and puts?
Brooke is very big on calls.
Covered calls.
Covered calls.
Covered call strategy on my Bitcoin proxies. And I sell calls on MicroStrategy, Mara, Riot, and CleanSpark.
Yeah.
Now, typically, I'll go up at least double the current price, maybe 1 to 2 months max in time duration. And I collect a premium for doing that. And hopefully, I don't have to roll up and out that they expire worthless because I simply sell another call.
Yeah.
You know.
And for those that are on the ETFs and on the stock exchange, US stock exchange, don't forget Thursday this week is Thanksgiving. So the stock exchange will be closed and open only half day on Friday. So only 3.5 trading days this week.
Yeah.
And I'll give you a prediction right here, right now. My prediction is we will be over 100,000 by the end of the week.
I think by the
on
end
Bitcoin.
of today.
I'd say by the end of the week, we're going to, because we still have that little wall there that we got to get through. There's people that are going to sell at $100,000, $100,000 and $100, $100,000, $200, and $3, $4, $5, and they have their walls there. I think we're going to break through that with Saylor's announcement this week, and I think that by the end of closing on Friday, we'll be happily past that wall and well into over $101,000 per Bitcoin.
Nice. Second, one last thing, you probably missed it earlier. I use what's called barchart.com to give me the information on the price of the call premiums. So you might want to use that as a resource. They have a free version. I pay for the one I use because it eliminates all the ads, and I'm on it every single day. So looking at the option premiums, and you'll find when you look at that, volatility is your friend. The higher the volatility, the higher your premium income is. So I'm loving MicroStrategy because it's the highest volatility on the stock exchange.
Yeah. And I'd love to know what you all think. What do you think the price of Bitcoin will be by the end of the bull run? Do you think there's going to be a crypto winner? Or do you think it's just going to be an infinite bull run moving forward for the next 5 years?
Wow.
I'd love to know your thoughts. Leave us a comment and let us know.
Vandy Danny, my PayPal can only be logged into by my Face ID. Well, that's interesting. Yeah.
And I like the way they do the new Face ID. I have that too with my Bangkok bank. And if I'm moving large amounts, it'll ask me, it'll tell me on there, turn your face to the left, turn your face to the right, look up, look down. And that way they can tell whether it's you or somebody using, AI or, a picture of you, and, trying to do it with a picture or something. They can tell. Technology is fantastic now.
Now, if you had plastic surgery, would there...
I'd have to update my picture.
Oh, you would? Okay.
Yeah, with the bank.
John P., the first item ever purchased with Bitcoin was pizza. I think it was 2 pizzas.
Yeah.
In 2010, a guy paid 10,000 Bitcoin for 2 pizzas.
And what would they be worth today?
Story. They would be worth about $100 million.
About $100 million.
Yeah.
I bet that guy's kicking himself for 2 pizzas. Wow.
Actually, maybe more, maybe $1 billion.
Yeah.
811 the Beast, stock Mikey going to open 22 hours soon. What's that? Stock market going to open 22 hours a day. Well, that would be nice.
That would really be fantastic.
Yeah.
I think it needs to change with the future.
Yeah, because you're part of a day, 5 days a week, where commerce is transacted worldwide 24/7.
Exactly.
Bitcoin's 24/7. Let's get on with the new technology.
That's what I hope they're going to change.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see a 2-hour, closing. That's fine. But Mark Schaefer, are either one of you guys Bitcoin accounts tax-free? Yes.
Yours is.
Yes.
Mine is not.
Yeah. Well, put it this way. I have 3 accounts. My RIF account is tax-free while it grows, but I pay tax when I pull it. My tax-free, totally tax-free. I don't get any deduction putting money in, but it grows free and I pull it out free. So I don't really use that one because that's where I want to really have the growth go. And it's 100% Bitcoin because, when the returns do come, they'll be phenomenal and every penny will be tax-free. And then the trading account is the margin. That's for more of the premium income and, day-to-day living in that. So, yeah. Boomy Gorilla, 120,000 by the end of this year.
I'm thinking it is. I'm thinking he's going to be pretty close to the money there. And the reason I think that it's going to go there is iBit launched on Monday that they were going to be doing options trading.
Yes.
And they started options trading. Okay, so with that, there's been most of the time when companies have option trading on the US stock market, they tend to be split evenly between calls and puts. However, I watched Eric Balkunis, and he is very clued up on the stock market and the ETFs. And he said for the first time ever, he's seen something that he's never seen in his whole career of, 10, 20 years in the stock market, that 95% are on covered calls, not on puts. And they all are for Bitcoin to double to 180,000 by the 20th of December.
Interesting.
That is a lot of calls, over $200 billion worth of calls.
By the end of the year.
In the first week, over $2 billion worth of covered calls for Bitcoin to be at 180,000 by December 20th.
Wow.
Somebody knows something we don't know.
Tell.
And if it actually hit that figure, watch out.
Yep.
Yeah. So I would be happy with 120,000 there. What's the name there?
Boomy Gorilla.
Boomy Gorilla. I would be happy with 120,000, but if it goes to 180, I'd be super ecstatic.
Captain Action, Henry from Tampa. What did the Bitcoin say to the dollar bill? You got no future, old timer. Come on, show some love to the show. Cooper, Brooke, and Darlene. Hit that thumbs up.
I like that. Thank you, Captain Action.
White Line, you're mad to have large quantities with any exchange or broker. Get yourself crypto steel or add a 25th word. Well,
I can't remember one word,
yeah.
let alone 25 words. So everybody's different, White Lang. I think the guys that can remember it, go for it, and hold the actual coin. For people like me that have a bad memory, I've got a terrible memory. I have, you know, no, I would forget it and I would lose it all, and I just can't take that risk.
FPB Crypto was already liking your Thai video, planning to move to Thailand for retirement with my Thai wife, somewhere we can have sunset and peace. But now talking about MicroStrategy and Bitcoin too, you have all my attention.
Thank you for that.
Well,
Really, really appreciate it. And a lot of our subscribers are very big into the crypto world.
oh yeah.
You know, be it Bitcoin or any of the alts or the meme coins.
Yep.
I know people that are into all different ones.
I know a lot of them weren't into it at all. And then,
Yeah.
you know, in the past, I would say 6 months, definitely within the year, a whack have got into it.
Yeah.
And thank heavens they did. They're thanking us.
Well, I
know?
can remember when we started talking about crypto and money matters over a year ago. I would say probably about 5% of our subscribers at that point were into it. Now, over a year later, I'm saying that's closer to 25 to 30%
Yeah.
of our
Easy.
subscribers
Maybe
out of
more.
our 16,900 subscribers that we're at now,
Yeah.
almost at 17,000. A year later, are now very big into crypto, you know, and realizing, hey, you know, this is the way of the future. This is where money's going. And I always say, watch the money, folks. You know, where are the big boys spending their money? I'm not talking about the little guys like you, me, and Brooke. You know, I'm talking about the big multi-billionaires. Where are they putting their money right now? Well, they're putting it into crypto. They're putting it into Bitcoin. They're putting it into ETH. They're putting it into Sol. You know, so the reckon Sol's going to be getting an ETF soon. I think once we have a new SEC head, that will quite possibly happen very soon, because I know they applied for an ETF. So I think that that could very well happen sometime in January. That's why Sol is spiking nicely right now. And Sol is up. Let's have a look at $251 for one Sol coin. So it's doing very, very nicely. And I can see that pumping up to $300 before the new year.
I need to do a public service announcement here.
Sure, go ahead.
Romeo Andretta, one of our top subscribers, great buddy, great friend. He's coming over in early mid-December, and he's wondering if anybody knows anything about Grand Avenue. Location is Soy Bacau 15, Central Pattaya, as far as booking there. And, you know, any information you can lend, put it on the Facebook page or let us know. I think you and I thought maybe we'll take a run over.
Yeah.
You know, he's a good guy. And, you know,
because Sean did have a couple of rooms there, but he's rented them out. They're gone now.
I guess they're gone. Yeah.
Yeah. So looking for somebody that's got a room there available for him to rent.
Yeah. FB Crypto, nobody can reach MicroStrategy. He is way too far ahead. MSTR is the winner.
And I think he will be the winner by far.
Yeah.
You know, he's already, you know, gone, you know, 10 for 1 on the shares. He did a share split because the price was too high. And as Mr. Schneider told me earlier this week, he can see them doing another 10 for 1 split sometime next year.
Yep.
So fantastic.
My prediction.
This guy just borrows money at very, very low interest rates, almost unheard of for you and I. And with that money, he just buys more Bitcoin. The price of his stocks goes up. He sells some shares, buys more Bitcoin. It goes up again. It's just wash,
now it's called the infinite money glitch, as we mentioned, and they're starting to copy him now.
Yeah,
Mara the Miner is, and but as James Invest Answers likes to say, winner takes most. Yeah. So MicroStrategy is the winner, and they're going to get most of the coins. Phil L, I bought my Bitcoin back in 2017. Very, very good. I lost money in the stock market over the years, but Bitcoin is the best investment that I've ever made.
And I would say the same.
Bingo. There you go. There's
best investment I ever made.
There's a true boots on the ground talk. Well done, Phil. Well done. Hang on. Tekken, Brooke, I would love to pick your brain when I come to Thailand for my last vacation before retirement. I'm only 49. Oh, good age. So
Yeah.
I would like to see how you balance cash withdrawals to minimize taxes. Well, I sent my accountant an email today. I'm looking at, maybe I need to take a little bit more out of these retirement accounts at these lower rates, because something, God forbid, happens, that thing gets collapsed. You pay the tax right then and there at the highest rate there is.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, maybe I don't need to be the richest guy in the graveyard. I'll take a little bit more out each year, pay my little extra tax, but again, it'll be at a lower rate. So if you've got these massive, or don't have to be massive, huge retirement accounts, think about that for tax planning. Because, hey, do you want to get stuck with a big bill when you're not here, or do you want to take more out while you are? Enjoy it. Yeah, we'll chat. Daryl again, do a poll on the Facebook group asking your members if they are into Bitcoin. That would be an idea.
Yeah.
Would be interested to know what percentage are involved. Yeah, we should do that.
We've got currently 1,700 of our subscribers on our Facebook group.
Yep.
It's free to join the Facebook group, and it's free to subscribe to the YouTube channel. So, to join the Facebook group, you must be a YouTube subscriber. It's just to keep the bots and the bad people out. And it's a fantastic way of making new friends. But yeah, I think that'd be a good idea.
Yeah,
do a poll and
good
see how many of the 1,700 subscribers to our Facebook group are actually into crypto.
And anything, if they even suggestions of what we could cover that would be of interest to the group.
Yeah,
in the way of
and future topics on the channel.
Future topics. Yeah.
Only one question left, so if you guys want us to wrap up early, we will. And if you want to, get your comment in quickly. Actually, there's 3 comments left.
Okay.
And we'll wrap it up.
Don, Fidelity gets 10 stars from me. There you go, Donnie. Being with them for over 10 years. Good. Great support. I trust them more than BlackRock. Yeah, a lot of people do. I use LastPass for passwords. Every account password, 20 characters. Well, that's pretty good. That's hard to hack.
Don't put your password in there. I hope that's not your password there, Don.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Yeah.
Javon Styles, good morning, CBD. Just saying hello, listening while stuffing my face. Still haven't seen a reason to buy another coin besides Bitcoin. He's like me. Does anyone truly outperform it long term? You.
You will have some of the altcoins that will outperform Bitcoin this bull market. There's some that have done 1,000x.
Good luck guessing
already.
at them.
But trying to guess, which one is going to be the winner of the 10,000 plus altcoins out there on meme coins is, it's a shooting gallery, of which one you think is going to go and, really, make you some life-changing amounts of money, put $1 in and all of a sudden that $1, becomes $100,000, it's a shooting game as to which one will do it. And unless you're really big on the meme coins, I wouldn't get into them. I wouldn't touch them. I know that one is doing really good right now. What was it? The animal that got seized and killed. I don't know what it is. But yeah, that one's gone up big time. But
Doge?
No, it was this guy owned this animal and got killed, and they made a coin about it. But no, I think you're throwing money away. The 3 biggest ones, are like, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. Doge is good. I would stay in the top 10. There are markets out there that will let you, for every $1 you put in, they'll split it between the top 10, and that way you can sort of, hedge your bets across the top 10 moving crypto currencies out there. That might be an option for you if it's something that you want to do.
There is only one.
I'd rather stay with Bitcoin.
There is no second best.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm a sailor.
Yeah.
811 the Beast. Been in 7 years. Bitcoin number 1, then XRP Ripple will be big. ETF January with BA, Santander, Bank of America, Santander, all Japan banks, UA. Oh, these are ones that'll be into it.
Yeah.
The other countries' banks are getting into it. Sovereign wealth funds are getting into it. writing's on the wall. We're still early, guys.
Mhm.
Don't give up. You know, get your little piece of the pie. That's what I would advise.
Yeah.
You know, live and learn with Mike. You guys are great. Keep it up.
And
Well,
thank
thanks
you,
for that,
Mike.
Mike. Jim Collis, Peanut the
That's
Squirrel.
the
That
one.
was it. Oh,
I was
poor
trying to think of
Peanut.
the meme coin, Peanut
Yeah.
the Squirrel. And yeah, that one's really taken off big time. You know, but what goes up must come down. And you got to be careful with these meme coins. They will pump. At if you're not guessing the top correctly, you could lose your shirt. So be very, very
like,
careful.
and if you, I mean, hey, you know, 1 or 2% of your overall, if you want to throw it away on these memes,
and take a
you
risk.
might,
Why
yeah,
not?
take the risk. You might, it's like gambling.
Yeah.
You know, you're laying
Like
a
going to
bet
the
down
casino,
and, you know,
like I do.
but at 1 or 2% ain't gonna kill you.
No.
You know, if you do lose. So
yeah,
you know, it's fun while you do it, I guess.
Yeah. Just like me, I like to play on the slots.
Yes,
you know,
you
in the
do.
casino, it's you know, it's throwing money into the machine, and hopefully, you know, I get a major or better, you know,
Or at least a free cruise, which you have done.
And I've got several free cruises from it, so it's paying for itself.
Yeah. Les Brown, immigration #1. Okay. Edretz, there's Eric. Morning, gentlemen. I think we move into the accumulation phase for Bitcoin over the next month or so, then to the moon.
I think we're in the accumulation phase right now, Eric.
Treading water, yeah.
I think that's where we are going between 97,000 and 100,000 to get those short hands out. And then once they're out, watch out. And if Michael Saylor comes out with that announcement today, then you know, you really want to get into the MicroStrategy stock quick.
Oh, wow.
Because it's going to pump like there's no tomorrow. So, yeah, I think we're in the accumulation phase now, and we're going to break past that sell wall by the end of the week, Eric. That's my prediction.
Les Brown, economy #2. Javon Styles, yeah, my crystal ball is way too cloudy to forecast which alternative coin will 1000x. Anyone that has that power, I'm buying our tickets to Vegas. Megabucks, here we come.
I can't call it. I can't. No. And I wouldn't even attempt to call it. No.
Keep it easy, keep it simple. Vanny Danny, the last bull run, a popular YouTuber went all in on Dogecoin. It got up to 3.5 million, then crashed a few $100,000. Yeah, I think that's a total investment.
I was watching a YouTuber the other day on crypto, and he had over $3 million and lost it all.
What, on altcoins?
Yeah, on the altcoins.
Picked the wrong one.
Yeah, well, no, he picked the right one, but he stayed in it too long, and it crashed. You know, and he had originally started with like $10,000. You know, and he got up to 3.5 million. Now he's got less than the 10,000 that he put in.
What a waste!
So yeah,
what a waste.
Talk about kicking himself.
Anytime like you get that high, you know, take half off the table. Take 70%. You're still playing with house money.
Exactly.
You know, 811 the Beast. I throw leftover dividends into memes. Pepe, $1 there and $2 there. Put 137 in, now 3,600. Well, that's like almost 25, 27x. That's not bad.
That's not bad.
No,
at all. But you know, take your profit while you can.
Yeah.
You know, it could be, you know, next month they crash down to, you know, below your original
take half that 811. You're always up, and you're playing with house money.
Exactly. Final comment goes to
Brown. There has never been an asset that hasn't crashed. Well, let's see.
We'll see.
Yep.
Yeah. Bitcoin
crypto winner. I'm not so sure there will be one, Coop, with the adoption that's going forward. I mean, I can't see. Okay, would there be one eventually? Maybe in a few years. But for till the next halving, honestly, I don't see it, because
the only way for crypto to crash, in my opinion, is if there's a world war.
Well, that could do it. Black Swan event. There you go.
Black Swan event. Yeah. You know, like a natural disaster. You know, Third World War, something like that effect. And I'm not going to elaborate on that, folks. I just had a good friend of mine who's a YouTuber. He's lost his channel because he started talking about politics and World War III.
Forget that.
So I'm not going to get in there. YouTube took his channel down, and he'll never get it back up. It's a shame. He was a very good YouTuber. So moving away from that quickly.
Tekken, thanks guys. See you in the next one. Okay,
and thank
Tekken.
you all for coming on and joining us. We're at 1 hour 45 minutes, so we're going to wrap this up. And until next Monday, let us know in the comment section. You can still type your comments and we can still read them. What you'd like us to talk about next Monday in crypto. If you got something that you'd like us to elaborate on, a part that you'd like us to go into, we'll do our research this week and we'll make sure and put it out on the channel for you next week. So until then, wherever you are, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. God bless you all. Please stay tuned.
Come to Thailand.